Saad Awad is back on the show, this time as he gets ready to fight on October the 15th at Bellator 249. Saad, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good, man. And you're going to be making your way back to Mohegan Sun. That's where I saw you last when you competed against Paul Daley. That's been about a year now. Tell me, what has life been like for you since then during this pandemic?
It's been good, man. I'll be honest, I'm either training or I'm home with the kids. So if anything, I was just more home with the kids, and I still trained during the pandemic. So nothing's really changed that much. I mean, besides not being able to go out to eat, you know what I mean, or really hang out with people. But I mean, we spend a lot of time at home with the kids anyway.
Mhm. Now, as far as the area in California that you're in right now, what is it like out in the communities and everything? I mean, I've heard that for a time period anyways, everything was shut down in the Southern California area where you're at.
Yeah, they closed down everything for a while, and I think they recently just started opening up like nail salons and I don't know if they opened up bars or anything yet, but I know like the restaurants are open, but you can't go in. You got to sit outside, and a lot of stores only let so many people in. So it's like if you're trying to go to the store, it's like a madhouse. You got to wait in line, and then it's ridiculous. So yeah.
Now, outside of obviously, being a family man and training, I know you're a big 49ers fan. How excited are you now that Kittle's back and maybe Garoppolo will be back next week?
Yeah, I was excited. I mean, I was excited to watch Kittle play the other day, and then I mean, it sucks they lost the way they lost, but just excited to watch him play regardless, you know.
Yeah. Do you think he's the best tight end in football? Is he better than Kelsey?
Uh, to me, they're like twins, man. Those dudes are good. They're both really good, you know. But I'm not one to make judgment call on who's the best. I'm sure they're both better at certain things, but for both being tight ends, I think they're both great.
Yeah. Do you ever make it up to San Francisco to check out any games in person? Is that something you try to do?
Nah, man. No, I'm a fan, but I'm not a diehard fan like that. You know, I mean, I
No.
went to the Rams game when they played out here when they played the Rams down in San Diego. But nah, I haven't made a game like that. I definitely I'm moving to Dallas when they come. You know, if they come and play Dallas out there, I'm definitely gonna go to that game.
Very cool. Well, I'm just glad that football's back, and hopefully it stays that way for the rest of the season. Because if we lose that, I'm going to be a very depressed man. Tell me, man, like, training and everything, everyone knows, you got a group of killers around you. How has this particular camp been? And have you had any, I guess, issues with what you normally do? Have you been able to kind of have a normal camp in a sense?
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, when the code, first came, they locked everything down. The gym was still open to the pros. You know what I mean? We still kind of went through the back door. We still trained. And then when people when people were freaking out, they closed for like a week or two. So it wasn't like when I haven't trained for 5 months or people. So I was still training, full on. And I was in camp before this. Supposed to fight a couple weeks ago, so I had been in camp, and then I was supposed to fight last month. So I had been in camp, and then that fight got scratched, and now I jumped right back into camp for this fight.
Mm-hmm. How excited were you to see Juan Archuleta win the belt here recently?
Really excited, man. The dude works hard. Like, people don't see, everybody just sees when you go out there and you fight and you perform and you win. Everybody just sees that, but nobody sees how hard a lot of us work, especially that dude, man. Juan works hard, man, and he's been working hard his whole life. So, this was definitely a prize he won, a life prize that he won. It wasn't just he fought one camp to get his belt. He's been training since he was a kid, so he definitely deserved it.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed the show Kingdom, and he obviously was in that. How come you didn't get a cameo in Kingdom? You should have been in there.
What's funny is all of them were in it. I went with Georgie one of the days, and I was there for I was like one of the little extras that were just sitting in the back, but I never got a actual let's call it part in it. You know what I mean? I mean, I didn't push for one either. I just kind of went to hang out, and they're like, "Hey, you want to get paid and sit in the audience?" I'm like, sure. But I was there for a couple of days, but I don't think they showed me. But yeah, I mean, it's cool for them.
Yeah, very cool. It's a great show. I hope it comes back. I'm hearing rumors it might, so that would be fantastic. I did want to ask you about TJ Dillashaw. I've seen some pictures of you with him on your Instagram and whatnot. How is he doing these days, and what is the timetable for him to maybe step back in and fight again here soon?
I don't know the exact date, but I know come January, February or something. I know that's when his suspension's gonna be up, I believe. And he's been working, man. He's been working. That dude is so strong right now, and they've been working on his strength, still conditioning everything. And he's because he had shoulder surgery after all this shit happened, so he was out for a little bit, and now yeah, he's just putting on a lot of strength, a lot of size, a lot of he's sharpening all his tools. So I'm not sure the exact date, but I know when it's time to come back, it is gonna be on ready.
Do you feel like the mental side of his game is in a good place right now? I know he's been through a lot the last couple of years, and he's taken a lot of heat from some of the detractors. Is he in a good space mentally?
Yeah. TJ's not one of those dudes that lets that stuff get to him. You know what I mean? I've asked him a couple of times about, like, because people get online, they talk crap, and it's annoying. Like we're all human. No matter how many followers you have, you still see some of the stuff. He's like, dude. He's like, I just block certain words that they say. He's like, I don't even see any of the stuff they post. I was like, good for you, man. So yeah, he seems perfect. Seems perfectly fine. Seems hungry, and I think when he comes back, he's gonna be stronger than ever. He's gonna definitely put on a show.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him back in the cage again soon, regardless of whatever promotion that is. He's definitely a favorite in my eyes. Another training partner I just wanted to touch upon really quickly. I was cage side when Raymond Daniels fought Peter Stanonik, and unfortunately that ended the way that did. Obviously, Raymond wasn't doing anything intentional. Those two low blows were fairly brutal. Have you talked to him afterwards about that? Like, is there a chance that we're going to have a rematch there? Because I know a lot of people want to see it.
You know what? I haven't. We're doing our strength conditioning together down in the garage. For the last, because I was in camp for my other fight, and he was in camp for that. But I was supposed to fight that day, the same day he did. And then, we're in camp together. He was excited. He was real excited because he was fighting I think the guy was southpaw. So I think the guy was southpaw, and he hasn't fought a southpaw in like a long time. So he was really excited, about the fight. And sure enough, it ended up the way it ended up. So I'm pretty sure, they're either going to run it back or they're going to probably reschedule. Because who doesn't like to see a Raymond Daniels fight?
Yeah, no doubt. That was really shaping up to be quite a battle there between those two. Now, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, the last time I saw you was at the Mohegan Sun, and you were taking on Paul Daley. Unfortunately, that didn't go your way. Again, unfortunately, that you're on a 4-fight losing streak now. Where is your head at? And what is the importance of getting a win here against Mandel?
Every fight's obviously important, but being in the situation I'm in, it's obviously a little bit more important because who knows where it's gonna go from here. You know what I mean? I could lose, and then who knows? They could let me know I could be fighting in Japan. Next month or whatever. So who knows? But I take every fight super seriously. I never really cut corners. When it comes to the fight game, I train really hard, and I think stylistically this fight definitely favors me. I don't see anything in his arsenal that I'm really afraid of, and I think I could push him in areas that he can't push me. So I think stylistically this fight really matches up, and mentally I'm more focused than I've ever been. So I'm just excited to go out there and fight.
Is there a lesson that you learned from the Paul Daley fight, or is that just you went up against a tough guy and you got beat?
I mean, obviously, I took the fight, last minute. So that's definitely a lesson, in itself is you want to prepare for fights, especially fighting somebody as dangerous as Paul Daley. You go, you have a game plan, and you fight him. You know what I mean? So you stick to the game plan. When you take a fight on a 5-day notice, you don't really have a game plan. You kind of go out there and wing it. And winging it against a guy like Daley is super dangerous because his hands are so heavy that he can catch you anywhere. So for this fight, I had my camp. I've seen Mandel fight before, so I kind of knew his style a little bit, and we kind of polished our camp to his style. So I know some of his bad habits, some of his good habits, and we worked around them.
What is your current contractual situation with Bellator? Is this the last fight on your deal?
No, it's not. It's not. I'm not sure if I do more or what, but I mean, when it comes to the contract, it really doesn't matter. You can have a 5-fight contract, lose one, have a shitty performance, and get cut. I'm fortunate for myself that I'm not a boring fighter, so I've never been in that situation. But now I'm in a situation where I definitely do need to win. So yeah, I'm coming to fight the way I know how to fight. I still believe I'm the best, lightweight that there is in Bellator, or one of the best at least, and I just got to go out there and prove to myself, prove to everyone else.
When do you leave for Mohegan, and who will be making the trip with you to be in your corner come fight night?
I'm leaving this Saturday, the last Saturday, and it's gonna be my coach Romy and Georgie both come to me. Well, we're scheduled to go, but he might be fighting soon. So they offer him another fight already. So I told him chill back. You know what I mean? I was like chill. Stay in your camp because he might fight in a couple weeks. But he still kind of wants to go. But we might make a last minute adjustment. Maybe pick someone else just so he can focus on his fight.
Do you feel like fighting in front of no fans in the arena is going to make a difference one way or another? I mean, it's going to be kind of new for you. You're used to, having screaming fans that are right there making a lot of noise. Are you excited about this kind of change?
I'm excited about it, man, because my whole career was based on me being an emotional fighter, and that's why I had a lot of first round, knockouts and a lot of first round wins. Because I go out there, the crowd goes nuts, I go nuts, and I start swinging, and I get a fast submission, a fast knockout. So the last couple of years, I've really been working on pacing myself and kind of picking guys apart. And when the crowd kind of goes in with me, it makes me go in as well. So I think without the crowd being there, I can fight the way I normally fight, like in the gym. And that being said, I think I'll be able to have a better fight.
For sure. And, this is a really exciting matchup. Your opponent, he's 7-1. All 7 of his victories are finishes. Do you feel like this dangerous fight for you? I mean, you said that you feel like you hold the advantages here and you feel like you're going to be able to go out and it benefits you stylistically here. But when you look at this fight, how do you see it ending?
Yeah, I mean, he does have 7 finishes, and I think, he's definitely dangerous, with his striking. I think it suits me better because then he's not going to be afraid of my hands, or he's not going to be afraid of my striking. So he's going to stand in the pocket, and I'll be able to kind of showcase a little bit more. And also the competition he's fought, he's fought decent guys, and I think a lot of guys, they just want to take him down. So he's caught him with like kicks or knees or whatever he's caught him with, on their way in. He's timed it, but if you know me, I'm not going to shoot. You know what I mean? So I'm not really worried about any of his knees or any of that stuff. I'm sure I'm going to get hit with some stuff, and I'm sure I'm going to hit him back. So I think it's going to be a really good fight, man. I think this fight, Bellator put a little bit of thought into it and thought, let's give the fans a good fight, and they're definitely going to get it.
Do you envision yourself getting a stoppage victory here, or do you think this could hit the judges' scorecards?
Either way, man, I'm going to go out there and fight. You know what I mean? I go for the finish every time, whether I'm in the first round or I'm in the third round. I'm going to be attacking for the finish, whether it's on my feet or on the ground. But if it goes to the scorecards, it does. But I just want to make sure I win decisively. I'm not trying to be on the other end of a split decision or a decision that I thought I won. So I'm definitely going to go out there and try to, end this fight.
What are you hoping is next for you? I know right now you're not looking past your opponent. I mean, that's what you have lined up, and you want to go out there and get a win. But what are you hoping you can accomplish throughout the rest of 2020, and what would be like a perfect 2021 for you?
I mean, hopefully I go in there and dust this dude quick and with no injuries, and they book me right away. I know they're booking a lot of the contracted guys right away, so I'm hoping to go out there and come out with no injuries and be able to get booked right away. Because I usually fight 2-3 times a year. This is my first fight this year, so I'm hoping to go out there and have a good fight, win, and then get booked right away, and then come 2021, make my way back up because the division to me is wide open. I mean, Chandler's gone. You have a 45er that somehow has a 55-pound belt, and not saying he doesn't deserve it. The kid's tough, but the 55-pound deserves to be around the waist of a true 55-pounder. If he's gonna fight 45, let him stay down there. And I believe the division is gonna be wide open. And after this fight, I'll start, work my way back up.
Very cool. Well, as always, I wish you nothing but the best. It's a pleasure to have you back on the show, my man. Before I let you go, if there's any social media you want to plug or anyone you want to thank, the floor is yours.
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you, for reaching out to me and getting an interview. This is my first interview back, so it's always good get things going again. Feel like I'm, got the fight coming up, so it's all part of the process. And just thank you to everyone that stood by my side. Whether I was winning or losing. I have a lot of companies that still stuck by me and still, push me. Like all the guys that, I'm back with my old coach at Millennia. Yeah, he's been helping me a lot. So I just want to say thank you to him, to Romy, all the guys there. Thank you all the guys at Training Lab as well that's been helping me, Coach Cal, and all the guys there. And so all the sponsors that still have my back, Rap Legacy, I know they've been helping me a lot. They've always had my back, win or lose. So yeah, the list goes on. You'll see them all fight night.